Good morning, dear students. I welcome you for the biology class. So, in the previous video, I have discussed about the plant kingdom. Today, in this video, I'll be discussing about the animal kingdom. So, before we could start with different phylums discussion, I want to give the basics of about the animals. To understand the phylum, different phylums, we should know the basics about the coelomates, acoelomates, pseudocoelomates, and how about their differentiation of the body, about three germ layers, two germ layers. So I'll start with the basics and then I'll move on to the phylum. So animals are classified on the basis of differences in the body design and type. The body cavity or coelom in animals contains the organs. Based on the presence of body cavity, animals are classified into three types. So they are coelomates. Coelomates in the sense that they do have true body cavity or coelom. Pseudocoelomate, they have very false cavity. Means the body cavity will be there, but it is filled with fluid. Acoelomates, they do not have body cavity. So you can see over here. So these are coelomates. You can see the coelomates, the coelom, the body cavity. And these are pseudocoelomates. So body cavity will be present, but it is filled with fluid. And acoelomates, they do not have a body cavity. So coelom is absent. Coming to diploblastic and triploblastic, which you have already studied in your previous class. Diploblastic in the sense they do have two germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm. In between, there is no mesoderm, but there is a mesoglia. Coming to triploblastic, there are three germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. So this will be much more clear. You can see ectoderm, mesoderm in between, and inner it is endoderm. Coming to diplos means it's according to the Greek, it is twofold. Blasticos means budding. So where you have two primary germ layers, that is ecto and endo. Coming to triplo means threefold. Blasticos means budding. So there's three germ layers, ecto, mesoderm, and endoderm. Coming to symmetry in biology. So it's a balanced arrangement of the body parts or the shape around the central point or axis. That is a size, shape, relative location on one side of a dividing line mirrors the size, shape, relative location on the other side. So this is symmetric. So it's identical. And this is asymmetric. Coming to asymmetric. In some animals, there is no body axis and there is no plane of symmetry. For example, when you take amoeba, and many sponges. So they do have irregular growth pattern of the body and you cannot get, when you just divide the body, you cannot get two equal halves. So this is asymmetry. Coming to radial symmetry. The body can be divided into roughly two equal halves by any one of many vertical planes passing through the central axis like the spokes of the wheel. So at any particular thing, so when you just draw the line passing to the center, so it should be an equal half. So this is radial symmetry. So this is an example of starfish. Coming to bilateral symmetry. The body parts are arranged in such a way that animal is divisible into roughly a mirror image half. So when you just pass over a plane, you can see left half is equal to right half. So this is the dorsal end, ventral end, this is anterior and this is posterior. Coming to humans, what we'll say dorsal is the posterior end, ventral it is anterior and superior and inferior. Coming to vertebrates and invertebrates. So as we know, vertebrates means they do have a backbone. So they possess backbone, whereas invertebrates, they doesn't have a backbone. Coming to differences. So vertebrates, they do have internal skeleton, a backbone is present, and the nerve cord is dorsal and it is hollow in nature. Heart position is ventral side of the body. Hemoglobin is present in RBC cells. Coming to invertebrates, they do not have the internal skeleton. Backbone is not present, so it is absent. Nerve cord is ventral in its position and it is solid. Heart, when it is present, it is in the dorsal side. Hemoglobin, if present, then it is dissolved in plasma. So we'll discuss about the first one, phylum porifera. Porifera means they are the pore bearers, especially the sponges. The level of organization is cellular level of organization, and they possess asymmetrical or radial symmetrical. And the body is not segmented, so there is no segmentation in the body. And they are acoelomates. So coelom is absent and there is no presence of organs. So here is an example. Spongilla, euspongia. The other characteristics are they cannot move. They are sedentary. They're attached to a substratum. So they doesn't have stalk. They are called sessile. And they are attached to a substratum. So they are called sedentary. And entire body they do have pores or ostia. No? The name for pores is known as ostia. So here the pores opens into a canal system which is lined with choanocytes, so through which the water and food circulates in the body and waste is removed out. And there's a large size outlet for water called osculum or oscula. So they have a skeleton made up of microscopic spicules or spongial protein, and they are made up of CaCO3, calcium carbonate. So that forms a hard covering on them. These are simplest multicellular diploblastic organisms. Mouth, digestive cavity, anus is absent. Reproduction is by both sexual and asexual. Asexual by means of budding and sexual through fertilization. And one important property is they possess a great power of regeneration. Coming to the next phylum, Coelenterata. The level of organization here is it is a tissue level of organization and they are diploblastic in nature. They exhibit radial symmetry and the body is not segmented. Coelom is absent, so they are acoelomates. There's a presence of organs? No, there is no presence of organs, it's only the tissue level of organization. Example, jellyfish, sea anemone. Coming to its characteristic, its features, some of them live in colonies, so they are physically attached to each other, such as corals. Some of them live in solitary, such as hydra, they are single. A central gastrovascular cavity, it is called coelentron, so it's a hollow gut, is present which lacks anus, but a mouth is present which is surrounded by short tentacles. They possess a specialized sting cells appearing as stinging cells organelles like nematocytes. What is the function of this? They paralyzes the prey by injecting poison. Asexual reproduction by means of budding, sexual by means of gamete formation. So many forms they do possess a hard exoskeleton which is made up of lime to form corals. The next phylum is platyhelminthes. Here the level of organization is organ grade of organization and they are triploblastic in nature. They exhibit bilateral symmetry, means the left half of the body is equal to right half. It's so identical. There is no segmentation, so body is not segmented. Coelom is absent, so they are acoelomates. The presence of organs, yes, they do have organ level of organization. Example, tapeworm, liver fluke. Coming to its features, the other features, they have a flat body, hence they are called flatworms. They can be free living like planaria, they can be parasitic like liver fluke. The body is very thin, soft, leaf like or ribbon like. Digestive cavity with a single opening, the mouth, and the anus is absent. Suckers and hooks are present in some of the organism. Circulatory respiratory as exoskeletons are absent. Excretory system consisting of a blind tubules called protonephridia. So these tubules bear a tuft of cilia. Those cells are called flame cells. So it looks like a flame. The shape is like that. They are hermaphrodites in nature, means both male and female reproductive organs occur in the same individual. Thank you, students. We'll discuss about the next phylum in the next class.